Welcome to the channel. I made this video with the intentions of showing you lot what I normally do to keep my RCs in good shape after a day's fun. However, I decided to change up my usual cleaning routine and try something a bit different. That turned out to be not a very good idea. Stay tuned guys to see me ruin a perfectly good chassis. If you do stick around to the end of the video, give me a like, a subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think and whether or not I should make another video like this. We'll just take the two clips off this front and back, see how we get on. I don't know how you guys will take these off. If you've a better way of doing it than me, you can let me know. Always try and keep any washers, bolts and bits and pieces back in place so I don't lose them. I haven't taken this apart enough times to remember where everything goes. I have to remember one wee washer to the top. I bought this just for bashing with my daughter, and I ended up going to a club, which is a Northern Ireland Model Car Club, and we had the annual general meeting maybe a week or so ago, and pretty sure we're going to actually start a new class, a short course truck class. A few of the guys have bought a few Arma Sentins, I think they are, so looking forward to getting up to the track, get them out, see how we get on. But nice to have a new class other than the buggies, something we can take a bit less serious and have a bit of a laugh with. I think there's maybe 7 or 8 of us have different ones. Quite a few of the guys have Teknos. I think there's maybe 4 or 5 Tekno short course trucks and the rest Arma. Maybe one guy has a lossy, whatever you call it. Can't remember how this comes apart. I don't take it apart very often. I think the last one I took apart was the buggy. I have a couple of buggies. My daughter uses my old Tekno EB48.4, and I had to build myself the new buggy EB48 2.0. Oh, she's manky. I have to get that a good clean. I don't know, can you see that in there? Pretty bad, not good. Definitely not a good idea to put your stuff away when it's wet either. How do I get this off? I think it's just I'm not running any rear braces in this, so I think it's just the four screws, and that's the back clip off. Always clean out your Allen keys, stop the screws stripping. That's handy wee tool, Milwaukee and MIP speed tips. Make your job a bit easier. Not so bad taking screws out with a gun, but never a good idea to put them in with one, because you can put them in too tight strip the threads in the plastic housing. Wee bit of wear on the shaft, nothing drastic. Always good to have a bit of a look around, make sure everything's tight, feels good. And the front feels good. See what else we've got. The drive shaft out. That's seen better days now. It's wore quite thin there. I don't know if you can see it or not. That's been rubbing on the center brace that used to go here. I took it out to allow a bit more flex, hopefully give a bit more grip. Find this very loose at the rear. I think we'll take everything out of this. I think we'll go for take electrics and a whole lot out. See how we get on. Just take out the centre dip here now. A buddy of mine over in California, well, I say buddy, I met him doing the racing on VRC Pro. It's like a simulator racing game, and he races these over in California. He gave me a good setup to try, so that's what I have in it, his setup, and I have to say it's a night and day difference from the stock setup, which I didn't like. Oh man, the state of that. I don't know, can you see the teeth? Badly worn. That was the very first day out. Took it over to the park, and my daughter took it for a spin. Says something doesn't sound right. Of course I thought, no, it's fine, it's brand new. But there was a stick got caught in it, chewed up all the teeth, but still going. I have one here, might actually put it in. As well, pull the motor and everything out of this here. When I got this with a 3S LiPo setup in it, but I think we're going to have to pull it out and change it to a 2S setup for racing, for the guys that have the sentence and stuff, the Arma sentence. They're only on 7.4 volt, which is equivalent to 2S, or they'll run on 2S LiPo. Keep everything sort of fair. Although I think they'll be running in the stock class eventually, and the likes of this will be the open class, where you can sort of run whatever electronics you want, whatever size motor. I think, not 100% sure what way we're going to work it out. I don't even know how this comes out. Yeah, see, I think comes out these three, same as the 0.4 buggy. Well, the first YouTube video we've done, or I've actually spoken in it. Ah, the crud in there. Don't like listening to my own voice. She's messy. And keep all the screws with everything's always a good idea. I'll get a new bit of double-sided sticky tape for that. I think with the racing we're going to have to get a couple more transponders, Milapse transponders, but they're not cheap. I think they're sort of £85 a go. What's happening here? Oh, another screw in that. Definitely slightly different. Slightly different than the buggy. Ah, right, that's that hole. You wouldn't think I built this. It's been that long. Must be another two here. I don't even need to take that power switch off. Not sure what ones it is, maybe these two. There we go. Well, that needed taken out. He's manky. Keep all these together. Right here. She's dirty. That's the AstroTurf track for you. Right, I'll be back in a minute. I'll go and I've no air line up in here. I'm going to head down to the garage, blow this off an air line, maybe blow the front and the rear clips off and come back and tackle it with a paintbrush. I'll see you in a minute, guys. Just thought I'd take the battery box off as well. Glad I did. You can see she's in a real mess there. The reason I was taking that off, whenever I built this, I thought I was maybe going to try and run 4S in it, the 4-cell LiPo, but that would have been too potent for it. I had one of the battery straps longer, but it's way too long, so it's been doing my head in for long enough. So while I've got it apart, I'll get rid of that and put the shorter battery strap in. But oh, flip me. You see that, guys? He's bad. Anyway, I'll go down and blow this off and I'll be back in a minute. Right, guys, back again after a quick blow off of the air line. Looks a whole lot better now, but still not good enough. and I can tell you this wagon has had some abuse, and the chassis looks quite straight. For running on 3S power, I think it's only supposed to be 2S. I don't know if you can see, but perfect. Tekno tough, huh? As they say. Everybody has their methods for cleaning things. I'm going to try something slightly different this time. I've got some FS10 bike cleaner. I don't know if you can see that. Don't even remember cleaning my bike with it, just found it in the garage. We'll give it a go. Hopefully it doesn't go pear-shaped. Bit of a paintbrush. So this sort of thing helps. Paintbrush, airline, we scrub. It's going to be absolutely rotten again in no time, but it's always good to give them a clean. So you guys will not want to watch me doing this, so we'll fast forward. Right guys, back again. Well, I suppose this is more of a how not to rather than a how to video. What I thought was biodegradable bike cleaner, turns out it was some form of brick cleaner was put in it many years ago, and within a few minutes of starting to clean it, I don't know if you can see, but all the black anodizing, blue anodizing, everything literally started to just run off the chassis. So thankfully this is just my going to be my race yoke, and it's for nobody else, and I'll be using this right until its last breath, or the chassis wears out. But definitely don't use brick and patio cleaner on your aluminium parts. It'll absolutely destroy them. But it does clean. It cleans it well. Like, it takes all the crap off, alright. But definitely don't be using that. So we'll go back to the old tried and tested method of a drop of degreaser and some spray oil. Hopefully get all that stuff off, stop it doing any more damage. Couldn't believe it. It was just off camera. I was just giving it a good scrub round with a paintbrush, and I just seen it all start to lift, and I knew I could feel it in my fingertips. I was nearly taking my fingerprints off. We're good if I want to do a bank robbery. Now, so that's a good first video of me talking on it, and video and trying to show you what I do. And thought to myself, I know this will be a good idea. I'll try and do something that I've never done before and use a bike cleaner on it. It'll make it look really good. I thought it was going to be like I've seen those guys using muck off bike cleaner and use it for motorbikes, and this will be a great job. And well, clearly it wasn't what it said on the tin. Anyway, guys, live and learn, huh? Maybe that just means I can sneak in a new chassis and a couple of alloy parts for the Tekno without the wife knowing. That was an eventful few minutes. With a few not so pleasant words screamed out as well. If you get the idea. Not that I have that many subscribers or that many people view my channel, but if anybody does and have any better ideas of what to use than brick and patio cleaner, maybe you can let me know what you guys use. I'll just let this sit and drip off in a bit of blue roll here. And I'll get the front and rear clips done. I was going to try that, I hear everybody talking in the States about simple green. I don't do a big lot of shopping here, but it doesn't jump. I don't know if anywhere sells it over here handy. And I might invest in some of that. Definitely think it will be better than brick and patio cleaner. Now that I've started with the chassis, I don't know. Might actually just remove all the black off it. It's a bit stupid now. Silver. Any of you guys use the Armas yet? The Arma Sentin for short course truck. Have you ever seen any on track racing? Seem pretty cheap. Definitely ideal for an entry level. I think it's maybe it's under £300 for ready to run. And I say I know there's at least 3 guys in the club after the AGM meeting went straight out and bought them ready for, hopefully, I think as long as the old COVID allows us to meet up again. I think they're talking about maybe racing on the 28th, so with a bit of luck we'll get out and see a few of them on track. Although I do believe some of the guys are getting them for Christmas, so I have to wait until Santa delivers them down the chimney. You guys know who yous are. Mr. JS, Mr. DM. I think we'll have a Tony as well that's got one, but he's not under the thumb. I think he's going to be a man and bring it out and be a test pilot for the rest of the boys. Right, I'll let this drip off and head up with the airline in a minute or two. I'll get the rest of this stuff clean. I'll have a drink of my Ribena. That Ribena is made by Benedictine monks in a certain abbey. A few of you guys might have been acquainted with it. Definitely wasn't a good idea to use some form of caustic soda or whatever the frig that was. I used in that. Live and learn, guys. Sure, if it's gonna go pear-shaped, it's gonna go pear-shaped in camera, isn't it? Might as well do it right. Probably should have wore gloves for this. I'm going to be stinking, but sure. And I'm sure you guys don't want to sit and watch me do all of this, but nothing else will get a laugh at me destroying my chassis and my aluminium, aluminum, alloy, whatever, ABCD blocks. Yeah, as soon as I started using that stuff, I thought I could feel. I thought it was soapy. At first, I thought it was that's nice biodegradable soap. And then I realised it was my. I don't know if you've ever got that brick and patio cleaner on your hands before, but that was my fingertips actually going slimy as if it was taking my fingerprints off. Anyway, this definitely isn't a how-to video. It's more of a how-not-to video. Right, I think I'll go and switch this camera off for a bit here and go and blow the rest of this stuff off of the airline here. That's badly worn. It definitely needs a new spur gear. That's a state that. Right, back shortly. Right, you guys, back again. Yeah, well, definitely how not to clean the chassis, but looking at it, what I used to do when I was into the motorbikes was any bit of alloy I used to polish it up, highly polished, so maybe that'll be for another video. Chassis and motor mount, highly polished alloy. I think it'll actually look nice, so that'll be for another video. But silly mistake aside, if you can call it a silly mistake, I don't know, numpty, absolute numpty, idiot for trying something new on camera, I don't know. Everything else looks like new. Ready to build again. The ring feels good, diffs feel good. Looking good. Don't know what to do about this. I'm half tempted to take it apart now and do it now, but I don't know, I'll see. Can't believe it done it like stupid. Sure, these things happen. Yeah, anyway, we'll build it up. I think we'll build it up and see how it goes. See what it looks like after that. Suppose you don't actually see too much of the chassis, sure you don't, by the time it's all built up and everything on it anyway. Yeah, should be grand. Yeah, right, back in a minute. I'll go and get battery straps and stuff here, and I'll get her built back up. And we're back again. Found a battery strap. Well, I think it's the right one anyway. We'll go with it. See how it goes. And you guys have a cleaning regime after this race? Is it the same as this? Is it more? You pull the hubs out, check the burns. All I can tell you is the ring actually feels okay. Thankfully, I didn't put that brick and patio cleaner or alloy wheel cleaner or whatever it was all over the front and rear clips. So remember how all this goes back together again. It's not like that either. It's the wrong way. Very smart. Right, that way. Well, that's us now, yep. That's her. She's good. That was these wee guys here. What I like to do with them is using a wee set, top and die set. I think she's M4. I always like to clean the thread lock off these. Give it a chance, just run them through a die. Clean all the old thread lock off. I know, can you see that on there? If you can or you can't. The blue. Just run it through the die. Helps to take that off. Let your thread lock get a better bite. Like you can see, it takes it off. Maybe a bit overkill, I don't know. Just what I do. Never really have issues with anything backing off when I've used thread lock, but I always do this when I'm rebuilding them again. Don't like to use the speed gun doing them, just in case you can over tighten it out. They are in the alloy. It's worse if you use the speed gun going into plastic. You get our fancy stand back on the go again in the local hobby shop. Use your put wire. These ones are quite handy. These are wee button head screws. These are only getting into plastic, so you don't need to go too mad. Just a slight nip up. The same again with these. All these screws are all the same length. No need for any Loctite getting into plastic. I think I can use this here, but never tighten them fully up, just run them up a bit, and tighten them behind. Feel what you're doing when you do it behind, you know. Doesn't take much. Screw gets a grip of the plastic. Here we go, back again. Where we fill a Ribena. At the old Benedictine monks. Works so hard to prepare. Now, clearly I'm no expert, because an expert wouldn't do that to their chassis. But used to race many years ago, maybe, I don't know, maybe 10, maybe more, 15 years ago. But I've always had RC. Someday I'll show you about here of various RC cars under the bench and all around me. Used to race nitro, but recently get into electric, which for me I find a wee bit handier. Just purely because I do like the bike as well, and I have room literally across the front of my house, but I'm in a built up area and don't want to annoy the neighbours with a nitro, so for that reason the electric's a bit handier. But unfortunately for me, my young daughter is every bit as mad about RC as myself, so not only do I have to buy the same, or buy a ring for myself, I have to buy exactly the same for her as well. So she also has she's also a Tekno freak, has a short course truck as well, and so I'm glad I didn't decide to clean hers first, and then I cleaned mine and ruined my chassis and not hers. Wouldn't be happy about that. The diff should be pretty clean inside, because it was only maybe last week or the week before I had done the oil. Don't know if you can see that, but that's clean. I'm not even going to change that. I'm just going to change that spur gear. Yeah, we're getting there. It's coming off now. I think I have new bearings here, but it doesn't feel too bad. As I say, I'm no professional racer, and also on a budget, having to buy 2 of everything. And that's one thing I don't have, is new seals. But everything come out alright. You can usually tell if the bearings feel rough, but they feel Absolutely perfect. Ideally, you put new O-rings and new seals, but I don't have any, and it'll not be that long till this thing's apart again anyway, so it'll do alright. They're the same, but I don't know if you can see. It's maybe hard to see the difference. This one here is chewed to bits compared to that one. And I have some kit black grease somewhere on the bench here. I have ordinary grease here. I'll do the same thing. As per kit instructions. And you can even look at the drive and that. No wear on that at all. That's how fresh that kit is that I've destroyed the chassis on. I know a few of you guys out there will, might snigger a wee bit, but as I say, apart from the anodizing coming off, it's alright. It'll do me. You definitely don't want to tighten the diff up with a power driver. Okay, to run it up a bit, you definitely want to finish it by hand. You put this too tight, and your diff will bind up, and you use your oil as a fine tuning device, and you tighten it up too much, it's no good. You also hear some guys maybe putting 2 gaskets, they allow you to tighten up a bit more, because these differentials you can't tighten them up too much. Feels like butter. Feels good. Rings feel good. Again, don't tighten anything up. With a power driver, just always do it by hand. You have a feel of what's happening then. Or we swig a Ribena. Always tighten them by hand. Doesn't take much, just a wee nip. You only get in the plastic. Remember when I first started out years ago? And I stripped out plastic screws trying to over tighten them. I think it was a real car. think there's four screws, same length. And again, they're in the plastic, so you don't want to go too mad with these. You can certainly start them with a power driver, but you want to nip them up by hand. Although these Milwaukee drivers are that good, you can turn these away down to like a torque setting on them. You probably could trust it, but I still don't. And you've good control. There's that slipping, no longer tightening. That's the torque setting on it, so, but not every driver has that, so you're still better to do it by hand. Then we need to put the steering servo horn back on and set the gear mesh, and I think that'll do us for tonight. So I set the mesh bit of paper down between the spur gear and the pinion, and again our screws with have a bit of old Loctite on them. Best way I find to clean that off is run them through a dye. Cleans the threads, makes it easy to screw on. And allows the new Loctite, thread lock, whatever you want to call it, to get a grip. Doesn't take much, just a wee bit. Take the paper out. You're listening for a bit of backlash in the gears if you listen. Turn it round. Check again. That's that set. Ready to go, not too tight, not too loose. think that's us about ready to go, guys. Shocks feel good. And apart from balls and up and the chassis, which, as I say, I've never done before. Thought I was using some sort of biodegradable bike cleaner. Instead I remembered it was brick and patio cleaner. It wasn't too good. But guys, I think that'll do us for tonight. I'll drop a silicone spray around that. I'll leave it looking like new. Clean the wheels, clean the shell, take a picture of it all ready to go. There's our wheels still full of crud. Have to sort them out. See you guys later. Yeah, well, there we go, guys. That's us finished, built up, ready for the next race. Not too bad, apart from obviously taking the anodizing off the chassis, but you live and learn.